Hello everybody, it's me, GhostCritic, and I think you've come here to look at some new comics because it is New Comic Book Day. Not as huge a haul as last week when I had 13 books on my pull list. This week there's only 5, but I couldn't leave the shop with only 5, and I had a little rumble through his 50p boxes again, and to be honest there wasn't a great deal there to be excited about. It was mostly stuff over probably about the last 5 years of stuff that he probably bought more copies than he should have. There's lots of Convergent stuff in there, there's quite a lot of New 52 stuff. And kind of tie-ins and events that he probably hoped he could sell a lot more copies of, but the realisation, or the reality rather, of it was that they just didn't sell much over here in the UK. So I have got some books, back issues to show. There isn't enough to make just a video of, so I'll tag that on the end, so if you want to see those back issues that I've picked up, then stick around. Talking of comic book hauls, on Friday last week I put up the big haul, the mystery haul, that I put a picture up on Twitter with, and there were loads of great Legends of the Dark Knight issues, and I've been reading them over the last few days, and they're just brilliant reads. They kind of go back to his very early years, at least what I've read so far. So they're fun, interesting delves into stories not told in the kind of canon, so to speak, of the Batman universe. I won't talk about them, you can see them later. So that was Friday. If you want to see all those comic books and the covers and me chatting over it, then please go and watch that. Thank you to everyone who already has and commented on that video. And of course on Sunday there was my weekly comic book review video. Yes, it nearly clicked on to an hour long, but that's because I had 13 books. Thank you to everybody who's managed to get their way through that. And again, all the comments, all the thumbs up and likes. So I don't know what I'm doing for any new videos apart from obviously next Sunday's weekly comic book review. I'll have a think and see what time I have. If not, there won't be another video till Sunday. New subscribers this week. I've got 3 new over the last 7 days, and thank you to Keith McKee, Ezebediah, and the Dragon Sleeve. Yes, those 3 people all subscribed to my channel over the last 7 days. So if you like what you see here and you're not a subscriber yet, hit the subscribe button, and in next Wednesday's video I'll give you a shout out. If you have videos that you regularly upload on your channel, I'll put a link to that channel in the description bar below, and you'll get hopefully some people going along and having a look and see if they'd like to subscribe to your channel too. So well worth it. And don't forget, if you're going to subscribe to my channel, say hello, ask me a question, tell me where you've come from, what books are you reading, just have a conversation down there with everyone else that's commenting as well, not just me. So hopefully we'll have many subscribers over the next 7 days. And of course, as always, don't forget to thumb this video up as well. Let me know that you're enjoying what I'm doing. Now, 5 new books on my pull list this week. 1 from Boom, 2 from Marvel, and 2 from Image. No DC this week. I'm kicking off with issue number 29 of The Woods. James Tynion IV and Michael Dale Nass. Always get his name wrong. Dale Innes. I'm sorry. This book frustrates me so much. Just as I'm about to go, I've had enough, it does something good and exciting, but it's so sparse. It's just a kind of average book, and with glimmers of promise and glimmers of good really good storytelling that it just kind of draws me back in again. And it's one of those books, and I never say this, but I wish it would end. I don't know. It feels like I've only just read an issue of this, but issue 28 of Star Wars. This is the next part in the kind of digression storylines, reading into this diary and telling tales of old, and we're focusing on Yoda, who has a mission and weird blue stones that may or may not contain the Force in physical form. But it was a fun kind of Lost Boys-esque Lord of the Flies type of deal. I enjoyed it, and the artwork in here by Salvador Larroca is bang on. It's really good. Also from Marvel, we've got Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight issue 11. This book is coming to an end, unfortunately. Lemire has said that he's had this story to tell. He's going to finish it, and then that's it. No one's taking over, which is a shame, because I love Moon Knight as a character. Lemire has done such an interesting story with this, playing around with his kind of cracked psyche and all the different personalities that are housed within the body of Moon Knight, and who is the real one, and trying to bring them all together. So I'm looking forward sort of to the conclusion of this book, and how Jeff Lemire, along with regular artist Greg Smallwood and Jordi Belair on colours, are going to kind of wrap this whole thing up. On to Image, we've got Paper Girls. It's back after a bit of a hiatus with issue number 11, Brian K. Vaughan and Cliff Chang's I would say 80s tale. That's when it all began, but then it flew us into the present day, and the cliffhanger-ish, I guess, kind of deal in issue 10 was we flew off to potentially another time, or maybe even another dimension, another planet. Really great book by Brian K. Vaughan here. A nice character study of these young girls dealing with the impossible, the crazy, with kind of like that sci-fi kind of feel and vibe to it. Really, really enjoying that. Finally, Rick Remender's Deadly Class. We are up to issue number 26, and I can't say anything more about this. I just love this book. What I'm finding more about this issue, about this kind of run, this kind of second year, the new freshers, is the Remender's putting a lot more humour into the book. You still get your tension, you still get your violence, and all that tense stuff. But he's really throwing in some very cool kind of humour in there as well, which I think has lifted this book even higher. So, as always, Deadly Class, always on the top of my pile to read first, because I love it. And they were my new books for this week. Let's quickly go through the back issues. So there isn't a great deal here. And I didn't really promise myself, but I was going to say, I did say at the beginning of this year that I was going to, back issues were being concentrated on stuff that I needed to complete. And I wasn't going to pick up anything new or anything like that. Well, I failed miserably, as I probably knew I was going to. The first few, yes, I'm kind of collecting them as and when I see them. All these were 50p each, so you're going to pick them up. X-Men run, one of the many, issue number 27. This one was the one that started off with the vampires, which I think I bought up in. I started buying in singles when it first came out, but kind of dropped off probably about 12 or 13 issues in. But now I'm finding them for 50p. Why not? Issue number 28, old Spidey on the cover there, and issue number 30. It's a cool looking cover. As regular viewers will know, I am trying to collect all the tie-ins of the last Secret Wars event from last year. This is issue 1 of Armor Wars. Issue 1 of Raphael Albuquerque and Mike Johnson's 8. I heard a lot of good things about this when it first came out from the likes of Dr. Monkeybot. I remember him talking about this a lot. I don't really recall what it was all about, but it's the first issue and it was for 50p. I'm not going to leave it there. Talking of Legends of the Dark Knight, snuck some annuals into this 50p box. So I've got issue number 4. Sorry, not issue number 4, annual number 4. That was from I'm going to say 1994, yes. From 1995, annual number 5. And from 1996, annual number 6. Keeping with the Batman theme, another issue number 1. Thought I'd have a look at the now disappeared, I believe, Arkham Manor. The Savage Acts of Ares. This claims it's a super issue number 1. It says on the front that it's 48 all new pages in a glorious black and white. I don't know if that's a tease, and it really isn't, but I won't mind either way. I just love that kind of Conan-esque cover on there. And then finally a 5-issue mini-series that I didn't know a great deal about. I know of the characters, but this was more to do with the creators rather than what may or may not be in the book. Before I couldn't find issue 1, but what I did find was issue 1 of I don't know. See, I don't know if it is issue 1 now, and this is a variant. Atlas number 1. That could be a variant edition because it says Women of Marvel in the top right hand corner, so perhaps they were doing variant covers with female characters on at the time. This is issue number 2, but you've got Jeff Parker writing it, you've got Gabriel Hardman and Elizabeth Breitweiser doing the art and the inks. So really I just couldn't leave these behind, because this, with those two artists on, this should look superb. Issue number 4, and finally issue number 5. And they were all my books this week. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, subscribe if you're new. Give the video a big thumbs up and comment down below. Tell me what you picked up this week, and see what I missed out on, what I didn't see on the shelf, and I'll have to run back to the comic book shop tomorrow to pick it up. Until next week, bye bye.